Welcome, this is Kelly AG and I'm with Stampin' with Kelly. And today on my Facebook Live, I did three simple cards using the balloon, Beautiful Balloons. So I did these three cards. Let's see, these together and, well, basically these three, okay? So those were pretty simple cards and you can always go back and watch them on my Facebook Live. But I wanted to show you how to do this card. Now, the front's pretty simple, but the inside is cute because it pops out. It's like a little box in there. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And I wanted to do a separate video to do that. So I think doing it on a Facebook Live would be too long with some other cards, okay? So we will get started. I am using Berry Burst, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at my 4 1/4. So you just want to crease it good. And the front is very simple because you got quite a bit on the inside going on. So let's just do the front. And I had pre-stamped everything so you don't have to sit there and watch me cut out all the balloons and everything and all that stuff, okay? So we'll get started. I just did I did one balloon for the front, but instead of leaving it plain, I actually did the bubble bath and then the Berry Burst little confetti in there. So let's go ahead and get that glued down. I guess I got tape here. So I'm using a designer paper that comes with it, or you know, if you get the suite, it all comes together, and I love this. This is really awesome paper. Okay, so we're just going to add this, and this piece on front is this is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm just going to, I guess I got to stamp my little string here. That's all I have to stamp. So, and we're just going to kind of put it about there. Okay. Close this up so I don't get it in my, look at, I got ink all over my hand. So, all right. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to tape this because I think I got a little ink there. But, and then I I think it's time for a celebration, and I got the little fringe I cut out, and I just wanted that to kind of go under there. So I'm just going to put tape all along here. So this is a little 3/4 by, I don't know, maybe probably 3.5, 4 inches. No, probably about, I'm going to say 3 inches. And I'm just going to put that right there. Hopefully I got that even. Might have to take a little bit off here. Let's see, it's just trying to line that up so, oh, now it's really not even. Okay, you better not keep messing with it too much. We're just gonna make it work. Just going to add a little more tape there. I'm just going to put that right there, okay? Simple, which is fine for the front. Okay, so for the inside, I'm just going to pop that out. And it kind of wants to keep staying out like that because, or in, because you want it creased really well so when you go to mail it, okay? So on the inside, I used 2 sheets of the bubble bath, and these are 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to tape them on there. That part's pretty simple. Now you could use white, you could use designer paper, whatever you want, but I thought the pink, the bubble bath, was just enough. I thought that it looked good on the Berry Burst and worked out well. Sometimes when you get like all the balloons, because I had made them with some of the designer paper, if I would have put designer paper on here, I think it would have been too busy, okay? So I got 2 pieces here. Now this, let's start with this one because we're going to work with this one first. This is the Berry Burst. It's 2.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at, I didn't score it yet, so I'm going to score it with you. Let me see, get all this stuff out of here. So I'm going to take and score it at 1/2 inch. Oh, I did score this one, or didn't I? Not this center. I did 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm scoring it 1/2 inch there, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to score it at 2 3/4. So you're just scoring it basically right in the center. Excuse me, and then at the 1/2 inch or the 5 inch. So you got 1/2 inch, 2 3/4, and 5 inches. Okay. And then the other one, did I score this one already? I don't think I did. So this is the outside. So the one that I just did is the inside, and this is the outside that I'm working with. So this one is 1.5 inches by 7.5, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Turn it around. I'm using 1/2 inch right there, instead of trying to do it this way where you got nothing to hold on to. And then you're going to score it at 3 3/4. So that would actually be in half. And then it's actually 7 inches, but I know that I got 1/2 inch here. So I'm just going to do the 1/2 inch. So you're basically doing 1/2 inch on each end and in the center, okay? So we want to crease that really well. And then you're going to use, I like to use score tape. I think it's just the easiest. Okay, we'll crease this one right away because you're going to put the center one in first, or this one, the taller one. But before we do that, we got designer paper that we're going to add. So for these 2 pieces, it is, your designer paper is 2 inches by 2 1/4. Okay, now if you had a different pattern than what I'm using, you'd want to be careful of which way you cut it. The 2 1/4 is this way, and your 2 inches is this way. I just got a new tape runner, and it's really, really sticky. So, okay. And this is the paper that comes with that suite. It's beautiful. Just the paper alone is beautiful. Okay, so we got that. Now I got these 2 pieces of designer paper that will fit on here. And this is 1 1/4 by 3 inches. So we'll put this on right away. It's just easier to add this now than instead of later. I think this card is fun, so you could probably use this for a graduation card too. You just would have to maybe change it a little bit. You could do their school colors. Okay, so I'm going to just put my score tape on here, just the ends. And you want to put it on this side because that will be, when you put it in, it'll be bent back. So I'll show you how to do that. And then with my balloons, I'll show you how I added them. So, oops, got a little bit of the paper. Okay. So we're going to work with the first one first. Get this out of the way so you can see. So what I'm going to do is line this up, and it's going to go right to the bottom, okay? This is flush. So I'm going to just stick it out like that so you can kind of see, but it's right to the bottom, all right? So what you're going to do is line up your center score mark. Let's get this backing off of this tape. And if you have trouble getting it off, some people use their scissors. If you just take your your little bone folder and press it down really well, then you don't really have any problems. It's when it's not pressed down good that it wants to tear up the paper or the cardstock and not the little thing. Okay, so I'm just lining this up right to the center and to the bottom. Okay, so we got that there, and then hopefully you guys can see me. I'm just going to fold this, so you want to make sure you're lined up good and press that down real good, and do the same with this. Okay, so then I just take my bone folder and kind of go underneath, so nothing's going to, and I'm just pushing that tab down really well. Okay, so there's the first one. Now you could stop there if you wanted to, but I think it looks really nice with the other one. So we're going to do the same thing, tear off the tape, the backing. Okay, and you're going to line it up with your center mark into the bottom. Make sure you're lined up on the bottom good. Same thing, just take and tuck and put that right there. And then you're going to do this one too. Okay, so you're kind of building it from the inside out. So I'm just pressing that really good, and that's all there is to that. Isn't that cool? So before I get too far, do you notice I got the happy birthday balloon there? I added that after. Thank God I didn't smear nothing. So I'm going to add my little string first though. I'm just going to kind of guide where I want that. So I'm going to put it there. Okay, if you put it too high up, all you're going to be doing is covering, like I may have to cover that a little bit, but that's okay. That'll be just fine. All right, so I'm going to actually tape that on. You tape or glue, whatever you want to do. Ugh, get my tape going here. Should have my little silicone mat out here, but I don't. So I'm just going to put that right there. And the only thing I can tell you is, well, this isn't so bad, but you just want to make sure you don't go too high up and stuff. So, okay. And then I'm going to add my little star. Got a couple little stars here. So I'm going to add my little star up there. And I think I'm going to add glue to this. My tape's kind of working out. Okay, so we got that. Now what I did is I had stamped this balloon on white cardstock with the bubble bath and then the berry burst, the little confetti. I cut out the little, I don't even know what you call that little thing. And then I took in, you know, it's like the little fringe on the balloons, but I'm using the window sheets, okay, which is, you get 2 of the 12 by 12 window sheets, and it's just like the acetate paper, but it's stronger than what you'd buy from a store. So I just added that, my score tape, and then I got a little bit of that score tape on here, and you don't want them too high because you don't, you know, you're just wasting them. So I'm keeping this up, and I'm just going to kind of open this up so you can kind of see, and I'm just going to put that. You want it so your balloons look like they're floating, okay? So then I just got the acetate there in the back. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to see how you can see that. But I got the acetate so it just keeps the balloon up, okay? And you want to make sure you put tape only where it's going to be on the acetate so it doesn't take and stick when you're doing that. See, I got this to fit on here, but I got a little bit that's leaning over, so when I take this off, I'll show you what I do. Okay, it's right there. I'm just going to fold that over so there's nothing right here because you don't want that to stick to your card. I'm just going to lean that up and put it in the center kind of, and the little streamers hanging down, but it's kind of fun because they, you know, kind of bounce around a little bit. So I got a plain one here that I used the Berry Burst cardstock. So what I'm doing is this inner one first. So I'm just peeling that off. Nothing's on the edge. And just kind of put that in front there. So it looks like there's a couple balloons, okay? Now the star, I just added a little bit of glue and stuck it on there, but I'm going to go ahead and add my my other balloons first. I did the same thing here. Oops, that goes. So you put the tape on the back of the balloon to stick it on there, but then you put the tape on the front to put it in the back of this little panel. Okay, if I can get the little sticker off. Let's see. Oops, didn't mean to shake the camera. I moved the table so the legs are a little wobbly. Let's see, I may have to cut some of this because you don't want it sticking out on the bottom. Okay. So see how those are sticking on there? It's coming together good. And then, let's see, I gotta get rid of this little piece because it's gonna stick. And then let's see, I have this little plain one. I was trying to put them where I got them. And then I got another little one. That one I had to wrap the tape kind of around so it wouldn't stick, but I just have it just barely popping out of there. Like, it almost looks like the balloons are coming out of a box, kind of going up. So let's put a little glue right here. Because I want that to pop up. You just want to make sure that everything closes. Like, oops, I got this one a little bit. That's what I meant to tell you. I'm sorry. I got this one a little too close to the center. So I'm going to see if I can gently pull that off without ripping anything and put it over a little bit. So when you go to close these, you want to make sure, and I even got this one over a little too far. Let's see. So, yep, just make sure that you get, let's see if I can get that off too. All right, there we go. So I saved that. So what you want to do is make sure your balloons, so you can fold it. And even this one's over a little too far. So you want to get into the edge more, like the the outside. Okay. I think that's going to be good. So see how that closes, and then you can take in, because you got a lot going on there, you can crease it that way, but you want it to stick out. So, all right, I got one more star here to add. Okay, I'm just going to show you right there. And I actually have, I cut this star out too. Do I want to add that somewhere? I might add that right there. And you could, if you wanted to stamp some of the confetti, there's a little thing of confetti, you could stamp that kind of around. I guess it doesn't matter. I may put, let's see. Do I want that? That's almost too busy there. Maybe I won't add it because, let's see. I was trying to see, picture it. No, I think I'm not going to add that. I think it's going to be fine without it because it's going to be too much. So that's how the cards lay down. But then when you go to open them, you can open them like that. And to mail them, they lay down flat. They are thicker, so it's going to cost more to that. But to ship them. But what I found is by pressing these when you got them in here really helps too. Okay, so you can kind of, yeah. But yep, it looks like all the balloons are just coming up in the air. I thought that was really cute. So hopefully you guys will try this. If you do, let me know. If you got any questions, please let me know. Okay, but I really, really like the card. I hope you guys do too. I actually had one lady tell me when I did the Cheerful Daisies, the vase, she was asking me if it would be okay to do, I think she said balloons or butterflies for her granddaughter's birthday. And I thought, oh, how cool. And then I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to do this for something a little different. But I also did a video with the pop-up vase with the balloons. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. So, but if you enjoy this card, let me know. It's simple. It's not a new technique or anything, but just another idea for you, okay? Thanks for watching. Share if you'd like. Bye.